Hi, it's Yvonne DeSellis again. This is just one more example of I think my city is trying to kill me. I'm in the parking lot of Twin City Plaza, and there's holes in the parking lot, kind of like this. I'm going to put my foot to it just so you can get an idea of the size of the hole. I don't know exactly where it was in this parking lot. I have a feeling it was a hole just like that. It was a couple of weeks ago. It was raining horribly. There were puddles everywhere. And I was walking home with a bunch of groceries. I have close to 20/20 vision. I think I had my glasses on at the time, but I have a very, very mild prescription. And it was a little bit dark and very, very rainy, and the puddles here were insane. And I fell in the parking lot on my way home. And I really hurt myself. I really honestly thought I broke my leg, although I realized I wouldn't have been able to get up and walk if I had broken it. But I had a gigantic bump on my right knee. It was so big. I've never seen a bump that big on me before. I actually got sick just looking at it. When I got home, my husband freaked out, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong, but he said, "You're covered in blood." And I looked in the mirror, and sure enough, my forehead was completely covered in blood. I should have taken pictures. I had blood blisters on my right hand. I've never had blood blisters on my hand before. And again, my knee was so big, the bump on my knee was so big, it actually made me get sick. My mom told me I should have sued. I didn't go to the doctor because I was in so much pain. I went home, I washed off the blood, cried, went to bed, and slept for almost, 20 hours or something. So again, I guess that's just yet another example of why is the place I live in trying to kill me just because I don't drive. Really, once again, hoping that there's something someone can do, because I'm somewhat able-bodied despite the fact that I have disabilities. I have multiple sclerosis and fibromyalgia, and on top of that, I also have arthritis in my knees, yay. But despite all that, I'm still able-bodied, although not with the help of this town. Honestly, I cannot get over how badly things are for pedestrians here. I came here from New York, and I guess I got spoiled rotten living in New York, because there was nothing like this in New York. I've never seen anything like this. I thought the lack of snow and ice removal in this town was a nightmare, but that's nothing compared to this stuff. I mean, just look at how bad the streets are. Let me just show you again. This is just if you're coming off the sidewalk, that's the condition that you're walking into. So if you're a pedestrian and you live here, you're, in my opinion, kind of screwed. And I can't drive. I don't have a license. I don't have a car. I couldn't afford it if I did. I feel like I am being punished for being a pedestrian, and that seems kind of unfair to me. And I think I see the spot where I might have fallen, or a spot like it, so I'm going to go over to it and film it, because I want people to see this. I didn't sue, but good God, I really wish I had. This is ridiculous. And again, just for comparison, here's my foot, and there's this big bump in the road. It's crazy. So again, I'm just sending this video to you to look over, because I think it's unacceptable. I think it's unconscionable in a city that's supposed to be this progressive to have things be this bad for people who are not able-bodied. Anyway, that's it. Oh, yeah, and just to put a little perspective on this, that big building over there that's right next to this parking lot that's so horrible, that's a building that specializes in people who are disabled and elderly. And they're supposed to walk across this parking lot in the dead of the night and not fall. It's crazy. I'll shut up now. I really hope someone does something to help people, though. It's kind of out of control. Take care. Cheers.